Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to our Career Services Lunch and Learn. I hope you all have a cup of tea or lunch or something cozy as we get started. I'd love to have you share your name and where you're tuning in from in the chat, if you don't mind. Love to see who's attending today. And we'll give it a few seconds here to have people trickle in, and then we will go ahead and get started. Hi, Jill. Good to see you from Charlotte, North Carolina. Hi, Kendall.
Boise, Idaho.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hi,
Lauren from
Lauren.
Texas.
Utah. We have people from everywhere today. San
Yeah,
Francisco. Hi, Cloud. Good to see you all. Hi, Kendra. I'm so happy you could be here today. We're really excited to have this conversation. Um, Hopefully, I've talked to you in the past, but I haven't. I'm excited to get to know you today. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Feel free to keep filtering in and typing where you're from in the chat. But we're going to get going here. So, I'm Felicia Royce. I am the Director of Alumni and Career Services here. I live here in the Pacific Northwest. I live just right outside of Portland, Oregon. It's a beautiful time of year here. I love the fall. I've been in higher education for over 15 years, so I've worked with college students for a really long time in a variety of roles. I have to say that career services is my very favorite. I feel very lucky to do the job that I do every day and get to talk to such wonderful students and alumni. Um, I am very passionate about integrative health. I'm an avid runner. I love yoga. I love being outside. I love herbs. And I am a licensed massage therapist. I have run my own practice since 2016. Um, so yeah, that's a little bit about me, and I will pass it off to Erica to introduce herself.
sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Erica Simpson. I am born in New York, Staten Island, New York, and currently live in Orlando, Florida. I am a certified health coach and also have extensive experience in education. Originally come from talent acquisition and HR side of it. So I do understand the networking part of how we can go ahead and land that job in your field and what job that you're looking for. I also have 4 kids, 3 girls, and finally got the boy. He is 1 and he's all over the place. So for my sanity, I stay fit, stay healthy. That's why I'm very passionate about this field. You will normally find me working out on the treadmill or going for a walk or doing something like that so that I can stay focused and have lots of energy for all these kiddos. And I'm super excited to meet every single one of you here.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So most of you here today are likely students or alumni, but just in case you don't know who we are, just wanted to kind of let you know that here at ACHS, we're pioneers and leaders in the online integrative health and wellness field. We have over 45 years of experience in distance learning, which is wild to me. It's so awesome. We've served over 10,000 students and graduates in 60 countries. I just find that to be so amazing. So it's a little bit about us. And I always like to just share our mission and vision. Our mission is to lead the advancement of evidence-based integrative health and wellness education through experiential online learning and sustainable practices. Um, okay, and we're going to get started here. I want to be totally honest that I'm just getting over a cold. So if you hear my voice crack or you see me drinking some water, it's just because I'm not fully over it yet. So thank you for bearing with me on that. So today, we really want to just have a fun conversation. So we have some slides, we have a presentation just to keep us on track on what we want to talk about, but really we want to hear from you. We want to hear, what you are looking for from career services. We want to hear how you've interacted with career services. we just really want this to be conversational. You'll see that your audio is muted, and that's just because we do record this and email this out. So you will get a recording of this. So we like to keep the audio without any, we like to keep the integrity of the audio. But we want you just to blow up the chat box, so to speak. We want to hear from you. We really want you to ask questions. So after the end of each slide, we're going to pause and we're going to allow some time for questions. And at the end, we will also have a Q&A session as well. So if we aren't getting to your question in the middle of, our presentation, we'll make sure at the end or at the end of a slide that we do address that. And if there's something that we don't know how to answer, we will make sure that we follow up with you personally at the end of this webinar. So just wanted to give a little agenda there. So now you know a little bit about us. You might be wondering, like, what exactly is Career Services? We offer a wide range of resources and support for our students and alumni. And we offer general resources that can be applied to anyone that's trying to, find their career pathway. We offer monthly webinars. We have blogs that are really informative. But what I find really awesome is that we offer one-on-one personalized coaching. So whether you're a student who doesn't have any experience professionally, we'll meet you where you're at. If you're an executive at your company, but you're wanting to switch careers and go into holistic health, we're going to meet you where you're at there. If you're an alumni that wants to build your business, we're going to just take your unique story and your unique vision and really work with you from a very personalized way. So how we do that is we really understand your needs. So we will have an initial conversation with you just to understand what it is that you need support with. We'll talk about your vision. We'll talk about what is your timeline? When do you want to step into your field? What does this look like for you? And we do that by setting some goals and really working together to figure out what's tangible, what's, kind of in bite-sized pieces, so we can kind of build goals on each other. And, really kind of give you the resources and the support as you move through that process. And you might be thinking, that's great. I want to go into this field, but I don't even know what I can do with this degree or what I can do with this certificate. And so we also do a lot of career exploration with our students and alumni. So we talk about, what career pathways might be tangible, what that looks like in your immediate area, what the market looks like, what the remote market looks like. We really help you to understand how to use your education in a professional way. We do a lot of kind of smart goal setting. We might start with, let's just start with market research. And then from there, we set a new goal, like, let's get your resume together. And then from there, on and on. So you'll talk to us a few times, and our door is always open to help you. And once we talk a few times, you'll be empowered to kind of move forward with your goals. And then we will set a plan for the rest of your program and beyond as an alumni to really support you as you move through that. So we do that by assessing, where are you coming into this program? What are your strengths? What are your transferable skills? If you are a career changer, how can we approach that? And so we'll talk about, how we can apply your transferable skills to your goals in the professional realm of holistic health. And so again, that might look different for everybody, depending on where you live and what your background is and all of those good things. And then we really help with utilizing the tools that we have available to us, whether that's AI or LinkedIn. I do definitely think having a very strong LinkedIn profile is really important if you're a job seeker. So we do schedule appointments to help you create your LinkedIn and really, specify that for the holistic health industry. And so I will say, like LinkedIn, I'm hearing more and more from students and alumni that they're getting outreach. They're getting contacted by HR recruiters and professionals who see their LinkedIn and are interested in, offering them an interview or talking more about a position. So I definitely, can't stress enough the importance of LinkedIn and using those types of tools. And then networking support, if there's anything I would say is the number one priority while you're in school, it would be networking, building that network. We cannot do any of this work on an island by ourselves. So one of the goals we have here in Career Services is to help you find where your network could exist, right? Where are there events coming to your town? What are some networking opportunities with your Chamber of Commerce? Who are some students or, ACHS faculty that you could network with, right? So we really think outside of the box. And we will just continue supporting you with tools, training, resources, and it's an ongoing relationship. So the one thing that I'll say that's just the biggest takeaway here is that, it's really important to be proactive, and really start this career planning as early as possible in your program. Our goal is that you have all of the tools and you have everything you need to be able to step into your industry, hopefully before you even graduate, right? And so we find that waiting till the end of your program causes kind of some stress. It can also cause you'll hear like lack of confidence because you haven't really been you're learning all of these things, but you're not really applying them in the professional setting yet. So building confidence is another thing that we really help you with. So we love working with students all the way through, as many times as you need to meet with us to get what you need. We really want to support you. So that's kind of a broad overview, and we're going to kind of hone in on a few things just to give you some additional nuggets. But before we do that, I'm going to look at the chat here and just see if there are any questions. And if you do have questions, now would be a great time to put that in the chat.
We've had some great questions come up just about already about resumes. So we'll get to the next slide soon. And then sharing our information to schedule invites with us and to connect with us. So all that information will be sent to everyone at the
Yeah,
end, and
so
you'll have a copy of this.
Cloud, yeah. So yeah, you'll receive a copy of this. You can watch it later, listen to it later. It's going to be emailed out a few hours after the webinar concludes. Cloud, yes, actually, that is the next thing we're going to talk about. We're going to provide you with a resume template. We also have some additional resume template resources that we'll share with you as well. And Kendall, I hope I answered your question about taking advantage of coaching throughout your whole program. Let's see. Yes, and Cloud again, yes, we will be sharing that at the end. So you will get, you'll be able to, and you're actually going to get a PDF with all of this information, and it will have a clickable link to schedule something on our calendar. Okay, just curious how to transition my Bachelor of Nursing into a more holistic practice. Yeah. That's definitely something that we could talk about. In fact, we work with a lot of nurses and a lot of students and alumni that come from a nursing or healthcare background. So Sita, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. I would love to follow up with you and have that initial conversation to talk more about how you could transition. And I could, give you some examples of how other students have made that transition as well. Is there any other questions before I move on? You're welcome. Okay, great. So I'm going to pass the baton on to Erica here.
Sure. So speaking of resumes, we do provide resume services here in Career Services, and we do a intense resume review, cover letter creation and review. I'll go into details after this. Resume templates, yes, we have quite a few different options to choose from, of course, depending on your field of study and catering to what job you're applying to, just like a cover letter. We will provide resume and cover letter guidance as well, geared towards what you are going to apply to, and resume tailoring. As we know, we do need to tweak, and applicant tracking systems are a big thing, right? So we need to make sure we're catering each resume, each cover letter to the applicant tracking system keywords to pull up to make sure you don't go to the no pile. When I was in talent acquisition, that was the one of the biggest things that I would talk about is you don't want to go to the no pile if you belong in the yes pile. And you'll go to the no pile meaning the HR manager or director or the applicant tracking system will not see your resume because it goes to that no pile. Why does it go to the no pile? Basically, because the applicant tracking system did not pull the keywords to say that you are qualified for the role. And you are qualified for the role, probably, but if it's not on the resume, applicant tracking system will not see it and pick it up. So we don't want to go to the no pile. That's the one thing. And then tools and resources, that is part of it. So the resume services um, review will go over all these different areas to make sure that you get to the yes pile and get seen, and a call from hiring managers. Any questions about that? We move right on to a handy dandy resume template here. So we have different types of resumes, as you all might know. And if you don't, now you do. So we have a functional resume. So it's basically if you're changing careers. So it's focusing on skills rather than just work history. So you need to highlight specific skills for a specific job you might be applying to. It still includes your education and work history, but we are catering it towards something specific. Like when you graduate from a program here, you want to make sure that is elevated and at the top, and that's what we see, right? And then you also have a chronological, which is really going in detail, right? So it's the linear positions, highlight all your work experience, less focus on soft skills. So that's really going in order of all the roles you had, all the companies you've had, dates, and all of that specific detail. It's important to remember that there could be a combination or hybrid, and a mix of the two doesn't mean you need to have just one or just the other. This is why it's important to figure out what jobs you're applying to, where we're going, what employers are looking for, what the qualifications look for in each job posting. That's how we're going to figure out how to cater your resume, right? There's not one size fits all. We have different templates. We need to figure out what your work experience looks like. And most importantly, we want that applicant tracking system to pick up the keywords. That is one thing to take away from today with resumes. Applicant tracking system, pick up the keywords, make sure we're highlighting exactly what you're looking for to make sure you qualify for a job that you're applying to. So hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
and just in case everyone doesn't see the little click for example here, you can actually click on this example resume. Feel free to use this template. We're also going to share another resource. It's called Career One Stop. They have a kind of one-stop shop for all things career related, but they also have resume templates as well. So we'll share that at the end. But if you would like to take a look at this resume here is a mix of the two. So it is a combination and or hybrid resume, which is the most popular. You see those the most in the
Yes.
professional world. Okay. All right.
And we have more important resume tips to go over. So, biggest thing to remember, amongst other things, is save as a PDF when you are finalizing your resume. So if you've got everything looking pretty, you've made sure that you highlighted certain areas of what job you're applying to, you want to save as a PDF. Why? Does anyone know why? Anyone want to shout out why we're saving to a PDF? Shout out, put it in the chat. Any of the above? Formatting, just says formatting. That's part of it. Why do we think? Yes, Rachel. So others cannot edit. You do not want to go ahead and work really hard on your resume and then have somebody steal it, copy it, take it, put their name on it. I don't know if you saw, what movie was it? There was a few movies that I've seen, but yes, you do not want someone to copy and grab and literally just swipe out your name and stick it on there. So remember, save as a PDF. Check for brevity, easy readability, organization, and proper formatting. Yes, we said it in the chat. Limit repetition. Example, words like experience, knowledgeable, strong. Don't embellish. It's okay if you don't match all the qualifications. So yes, when we say limit repetition and then using the same type of words, we have templates and we can obviously go over this with you when we meet with anyone who needs our services, but there are strong words that are preferred to use these days, and we can of course talk about that, and you would see that in the template as well. Can use general resume on LinkedIn and job boards. You can also update and tailor your resume for each position you apply for, but keep a base resume. Don't reinvent the wheel. So this is really important here because coming from talent acquisition side, I would have clients that and candidates that would have so many different resumes, and that's great. Have it on file. So all you have to do is just tweak a word or two, a line or two, change something so it's quick and easy and you don't spend hours and days. If you found a job you want to apply to, it's not taking you so long because we need the sense of urgency as well. So you get ahead of other folks applying, and then you tailor the resume to make sure you stand out. That's the key word, stand out, applicant tracking system. Um, Use keywords. Yes, I just said that in job description to know what strengths to focus on for each applied position. It goes right back to the keywords to make sure we're following the job that you're applying to make sure that you're standing out. And then always research the company and job listing before crafting your resume. So this is important because we are looking at the job you're applying to, looking at the qualifications. If it says that you need to have a certain certification or certain experience, customer service, something of the sort, if that word is not on your resume, that might be a no pile, right? So we don't want that to happen. What I remember from talent acquisition, if I don't see it, it doesn't exist. So it needs to be on there. So if you don't put it on there and maybe you do get the interview, the assumption is, well, it doesn't seem like you did this because I don't see it in front of me. So just remember, if it's not visibly on your resume, the assumption might be that you did not do that type of skill, right? So we want to make sure it's visible. Any questions about any of that? Good.
No questions, so I'll go ahead and move on to
All
the
right.
next.
Sounds good. Okay, so now we move on to crafting your cover letter. There is an example here. You can click as well. You will receive this later on, but this is your time to shine and tell a story, right? So we want to remember you want to be organized, keep it short and sweet, only one page. Use keywords and tailor to the position, but different than the resume. So, and then also should be the same font and style as your resume. So, formatting is really important here, but there are different paragraphs, and the example will really show you what we're highlighting in each paragraph. Um, Normally, you're giving a little bit of information about yourself, and then a little bit about experience, and then also catering to why you feel you're a good fit for the position and why you stand out. And a good takeaway, and I think Felicia might agree, is standing out is key. Something that someone remembers about your cover letter, because that it's like the first impression, right? So whether you get moved to the next step or you go ahead and actually get the interview, that's where this is why it's so important to shine and tell your story. Something that relates. That's why looking into the mission of the company you're applying to, looking at what is posted on that job is really important to make sure that you're catering to that. And if you have an experience or something to put in the cover letter that it seems like very important to that employer, that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that is there, the vision, the mission. Not talking about like copying and pasting something like that, but it's really just making sure something is relatable to what they're looking for. And we have the template here, so it's an example, but of course, things will be tailored to what you need.
Yeah, and I want to reiterate that we do resume and cover letter review. So we can help you if you have a base resume that maybe you haven't updated in 10 years,
Hmm.
or maybe you don't have a resume at all. We can
Right.
get you started with that and really support you with that. We get a lot of questions about cover letters and resumes.
Yeah.
And I think it's good to always have one. And I will also say that if you are a doctorate student and you're wanting to go into academia, that cover letter is going to look different. You're going
Right.
to have a CV that's going to be a lot different. So there are little nuances depending on your industry, and we
Hmm.
can, support you with whatever that might look like.
Yes.
Cloud had asked about accessibility issues.
Yes.
And as a student, you do have access to our ADA coordinator, Dory Rossi, and we can make sure, I don't know, Gina, if you could put Dory's information in there. But if there are any resources or accommodations, that would go through her department. I hope that answers your question. And then what's the difference between a CV and a resume and a cover letter? A CV is a cover letter.
Hmm.
I can never say it correctly. It's a curriculum.
It's a very long V. Yes, that's why they shortened it to
It's,
cover letter.
I never say it correctly. I would
Yeah.
know it if I saw it. A resume is a very specific skill set. It's a very specific chronological order of your experience and your education, whereas a cover letter is telling a story. So if you look at the cover letter we have here,
Hmm.
um, you'll see that we're expressing why we're interested in the position and what experience we have, very specific examples of experience we have that are transferable to what they're looking for. So I always say use the job description from the job you're wanting to apply to as your launching point.
Hmm.
If they're looking for high level of customer service and in your previous position you did that, tell a story about how you did that. How did that change the dynamic of the customer service in a good way, right? Like, how did you increase sales? Or, like you want to tell a little bit of a story and have a call to action. So that's the main difference there. Um, so I hope that answers your question. Thank you for curriculum vitae.
We can say vitae. Yeah. I mean, it sounds nice. That's why we say CV because
Yes, that's
most
why I
folks
say
will probably
CV.
butcher
Thank you,
things. Yeah.
Lauren. Thank you, Lauren. And
Yep.
that is what you use in academia, which again looks a little different. So let's see. Um, okay, I think we can go ahead and
Yeah.
move on. And Cloud,
Sounds
yeah,
good.
please reach out to Erica or myself, and we can talk to you more about your question. And then, of course, we put Dory's information in there as well.
Perfect.
Awesome. Okay.
All right, so this is my slide because I am the Director of Placement Services. So if you get to me, you may have started with Felicia and then I would be towards the end, but not necessarily, depending on what you're looking for and where you're at in your job search. But for job placement services specifically, I will help with mock interviews. So if you have an interview lined up and you have an employer that says, I'm interviewing you next week, reach out to me, reach out to Felicia. We are obviously equal partners here. So if you need help with mock interviewing, we can help you. Okay. So if you're feeling nervous, if you're not feeling confident, that's where we come into play. Please let us know you have an interview coming up. First, we're going to probably do some cartwheels and yell and scream and say we're super duper excited. And then we're going to say, okay, great. Tell me about the position. Let's practice. Let's go ahead and make sure that you feel confident and ace the interview. Okay. So that's first. One on one coaching that also goes hand in hand. So one on one coaching can be varied. It depends on what type of coaching you're in need of. So if it's job searching, if it's what keyword should I put into my job search on LinkedIn or on various job boards? It could be what's my follow up look like? I'm doing my networking, but I'm not finding anyone reaching back out to me. I'm one of a million, applications that are being sent out. How do I get noticed? How do I get recognized? That's where the coaching comes in, right? So coaching could be very wide open. You let us know what you need, and we'll make sure that we dedicate that time to coach you and to have that conversation with you on whatever it is that you need coaching with. Okay. And some of that could be the job search support. And then also, depending on if you're looking for full time, part time, or remote, we will work with you to find the jobs, figure out the best way to go about applying, who to talk to, who to maybe email or connect with. So that's a big part of placement services and career services as a whole. Okay. Employer assistance. So I spend a lot of my time now connecting with employers in the fields that you're going to school for right now. So most importantly, I'm making the connections. And if maybe I connect with the student and they tell me I'd like to apply for this employer, I'm going to go ahead and see who I can find who might be a contact to you. So if it's a hiring manager, I'm going to see how I can make that connection. If you bring that to my attention, so we can get you in the door to hopefully, just trump someone else, right? So we want you to get recognized. We want to make sure that you get a foot in the door. And we can't promise, we can't make any promises, obviously, but we're going to do our best to make sure that we can at least support you in anything that you're in need of with coaching. Okay. And then LinkedIn strategies. So we have various webinars that go on throughout the year. We can also help with just the groups to join, who to connect with, what you're looking for, what your profile should look like. And that's the biggest thing, is making sure that we're on top of it and we're connecting and we're messaging and we're talking to people so we can continuously know what's going on in the world of LinkedIn. Okay? It's a great way to network. And then application tools specific to field of study. So I would say any tools that you need more so with the networking, making sure that we're staying on top of, just who we're talking to, where we're going, what's around us. So there might be farmers markets to go to get out there to meet new people. We mentioned groups already to join. So there are just so many areas of how we can network and how placement services can support you. So just remember that we are here to help you, of course, get to the next step and get hired and land the job of your dreams. Any questions about that? Checking the chat.
I'm curious if there's anyone here that is currently looking for work. Um, if you're, of course, comfortable mentioning that. Um, awesome, Lauren. Awesome. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, we really want to help you. We really want to support you with that. And looks like Jess is in the interview process. Oh, that's exciting.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So if you need any support with that, Jess, we would love to talk to you.
Yes.
And yes, we will share our link. In fact, since we've had this question a few times, Jean, I don't know if you're on right now, but if you could just put
Yeah.
our meeting links in the chat, that would be really helpful. And we will share it again at the end too. But just in case you're feeling like you want to get that booked right now, just we'll go ahead and add that into the chat.
Mhm.
Um, Lauren says, I would love to work in health and nutrition. I'm working in fitness and childhood education.
Great.
Awesome.
Great.
Awesome. That's definitely a related field.
Yep.
So I know I'm not just speaking for myself, and we're really passionate. Like, there's nothing
Yeah.
better than seeing a student take their knowledge and their education they work so hard for and transform that into their career path. And, we are at our jobs more than we're anywhere else, right?
It's true.
So,
Yeah.
and I know that most of you want to help people, right? You just want to make an impact in your community. And we just love to support you with that so that you can reach those goals. And so, all of you that are currently looking to expand your profession, looking to make a shift, we really want to talk to you. Um, Cloud is doing part-time dog trainer, the stable community. Yes.
Yeah.
That is so needed, Cloud, and so wonderful that you
It
want to
is.
do that. Stopped all face-to-face projects early in 2020 when everything halted. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I feel like 2020. Yeah,
Just brings us back to
yeah,
what happened and everything was just
yeah, yeah.
in a bubble. We were in a bubble, right?
Heather, no worries, no worries. I will talk to you soon. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of add that in there that we're really excited to work with you all. Okay. So I'm going to talk a little bit about business planning support. So we've talked a lot about job search support and career coaching and that type of thing, but a lot of students that attend here and a lot of our alumni are very interested in entrepreneurship. We have had some amazing businesses that have been created by our alumni that are just so inspirational, and they're doing this amazing work in their community. Um, and on paper, it sounds like owning a business, and I say this from experience. It's like, oh, okay, I get flexibility, I get to run my own show, I have autonomy, and all of those things are true. There's a lot of pros to owning your own business. But there's a whole kind of different type of skill set that's needed to own your own business, right? Because you are the one in charge of your financial planning. You're the one in charge of your books, website creation, marketing, right? So there's a lot of hats that you have to wear. And we want to make sure, if that is your goal, we want to really make sure that you are fully prepared. So there are a lot of classes that you can take in addition to your holistic health classes. A lot of those are built into the programs. Nat 306 is one that comes to mind for undergraduates. You will be, playing around with your business ideas in those classes and creating a framework and a business plan. But we have tons of templates, and we can really coach you to figure out how to bring this business vision into a reality and how to do that in a really meaningful way, in a way that's going to be sustainable for you and intentional. I see business kind of having two sides, right? Like business planning. There's the really creative, fun side where you're like, okay, what do I want to do? What's my target audience? What's my vision? How do I want my website to look? How do I want to get out there and market? Like, that's the creative side. That's the fun side. And then there's the logistical side, right? Like setting up an LLC and getting the legal things in place and getting your insurance. And that can also, cost money. And so I want to make sure you have coaching around both of those things. So we have resources, we have support, we have a fantastic mentorship program. The mentorship program matches you with an alumni from one of our ACHS programs that has built their own business, successful business. And so you get that peer-to-peer support, which I feel like is invaluable. You get to learn wisdom. You get to learn, from somebody who's been in those shoes, like what went really right, what didn't go so well, and it's just nice to have somebody to be accountable with that can really understand from a personal perspective how to build a business. And it's so cool to see, somebody start the mentorship program with just a vision and kind of graduate from the mentorship program starting to see clients, right? So it's a free program. If you're interested, we can absolutely talk about that offline. I can send you the free application. We essentially start the mentorship program every 3 months, like every semester. It is really designed for those that are kind of ready to move forward with the next steps of their business. Usually that is toward more the end of your program, but I've definitely had mentorship candidates, in their first semester. It just depends on where you're at. So we can talk more about that. Third-party organizations is something we really help with as well. Depending on what industry you're in, it's really important. Again, I said it earlier, but it is so true that we can't just like build a business or go into this industry on an island by ourselves. So you want to be able to be involved with the third-party organizations, the professional organizations that are specific to your industry. That's a way to get continuing education. That's a way to meet other practitioners. It's a way to stay up to date on all the important legal information. So we make sure that you have, all of those pathways to be able to be members, let's say with the NANP or, AIA or NAHA if you're in the aromatherapy industry. And then credential prep. So whether you're looking at the ARC exam for aromatherapy or the NANP or CNS exam if you're in nutrition, whether you're looking to become a certified personal trainer, we help you with those next steps as well, and making sure you're prepared for that and plan for that while you're in your program. So again, you can, have that in alignment as you take the next steps. And then, we share a lot of resources that I find to be really helpful through the Small Business Administration SCORE. I don't know if any of you have used SCORE, but they have tons of free resources, tons of free webinars. They have a free mentorship program as well. So we like to share all of these helpful tools and tips to be able to help you build your business. But we love entrepreneurship here. I'm a business owner myself. I've made lots of mistakes. I've had lots of wins. And if you ever want to talk about that, definitely schedule an appointment and we can talk to you more about that. Okay, so let's take a look here. Yes, Kendall, great question. The mentorship program, I do my best in the matching process. So you fill out an application and the mentor fills out an application. And then I do my best to try to find a fit that has very similar business goals or a business model. I wouldn't put a holistic nutrition professional with herbal medicine if I can avoid it, right? If those two things aren't going to meet up in the business that they're going to be creating. So I will do my best. And I have to say, like, It's gone really well. Like I've really been able to find good matches. And part of that I just think is because we have so many wonderful students. So yeah, so if you're interested more about that, we are going to get a transcript of everyone's comments. And so if you are interested, just type a comment in there and I'll be sure to follow up with you and talk to you more about that and send you the application by tomorrow. Okay, let's see. Anything else?
And we're dropping our information again, just so it's in here. But of course, yes, everything will be on the slides. But I know there's been questions about just, contacting and who to reach out to. And we've got so many folks interested in mentorship and placement services and career services in general. This is wonderful.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then I wanted to address a couple other questions here. What does the current credential prep look like? It depends on the credential, Kendall. So we could always talk about that more for your specific situation. The NA&P has a different credentialing process than the CNS and so on and so on. And so we don't really have a study group per se, but there are resources. There are programs out there for, let's say, like the NAMP exam that you could get involved with outside of ACHS. So we could, get you aligned with that group. But yeah, credential prep is very specific to your industry. So Kendall, I'd love to talk with you offline about your specific situation. And then Rachel asked, do you have to be an ACHS alumni to be able to use the mentorship program or career services? Rachel, if you could expand on that, what you would want support with, I can answer that question. Um, do, 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 do. By credentials, I mean, like if you want to become board certified in holistic nutrition, if you want to become a certified nutrition specialist, if you want to become a registered aromatherapist, those are specific credentials that some of our programs set you up for. And there's a process to become credentialed. CEs are always available. We have CEs. In fact, I was talking earlier about business planning. We have an amazing business micro-credential that can help you build a business, and tons of other CEs. There's free CEs. We have a whole link. Again, I don't know if Gina's on here, but we have a CE link on our website that can connect you to all of that. And that is a separate thing. And Rachel, for mentorship, there's really no like rule on that. If you're involved with ACHS, I would think that would be okay, to be part of the mentorship, but I would have to talk to you a little bit more. So if you're okay with it, maybe I could contact you and talk with you more about that after the webinar, if that's okay. But yeah, there's no rule saying you have to be an alumni. Yeah, awesome. Great. Is there anything you wanted to add, Erica? I feel like I'm talking a lot.
No, no, it's good. We have so many questions about business planning. So that's why I think it's just a popular slide. And we have so many folks that are business owners. That's why this is super important to talk about. And you are a business owner yourself, of course. But yes, this is great. No, I don't have anything specifically. I know we dropped our information here, but no, just
Okay.
any other questions regarding resumes or placement services or job searching, or if anyone has LinkedIn questions, feel free to put it in the chat, or you can reach out to us directly, of course, right after this if you need to.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll give it a few more minutes for people to think of questions while I'm kind of going through
Mhm.
the last slides here. So
Sure.
here are the additional resources that we can put in the chat as well. Career One Stop is a wonderful resource for resume templates, all things career related. It's a great resource. And then SCORE is the one I was telling you about that matches you up with mentorship, and then also just has a plethora of templates and webinars and things that can help you with business planning. Um, and then, yeah, and then here are some of our classes that we offer that are business related. I thought I would just, share this. There's some undergraduate courses on here and some graduate courses. I highly recommend all of these if you are thinking about building a business. And then there's the admissions information, or if you're a current student, talk to your student services advisor if you want to add this into your curriculum for your program. And then ta-da, this is the end page. So Yeah, we are available to you. So Erica is, as you heard earlier, on Eastern time.
Yes.
So she's going to have later, than 5:30 Pacific time generally. I'm on Pacific time, so I'm usually here between 8:30 and 5:30-ish.
Hmm.
Um, Email works, text works, phone calls
Yep.
work,
Yeah.
scheduling with us works. Yeah,
Yeah.
many
We're
ways.
here. We're here.
Yeah. Yeah, so here's our contact info, and then I'm going to look here at the chat one more time before we end the webinar.
It
Um,
looks like we have Kendall. Are there any resources, people who can help me look at the laws in my state and go through my business plan with me?
1000%.
100%, thousand million, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what we do. Yeah, so that's exactly what we do. So yeah, Kendall, if you could just so just to give you also an idea of how this flow works with
Hmm.
Erica and because we didn't really articulate that. So I kind of help with kind of talking to you initially and that goal setting, figuring out what it is that you need, what direction that you want to go. If it is that you want to start applying for positions, that you want to, move forward with, building a business. I eventually, once you have everything in order, like your resume and your cover letter, will get you over to Erica because she's going to really be able to kind of hone in on these things in more detail. So if you are
Yes.
applying for a job, she's going to help you find positions to apply for, and she's going to follow you through the application and follow-up process. So we're both here to support you in the same way. It's just that as a department, we have to, be
Separate a
able
little bit.
to, yeah, we
Yeah.
have to be able to, be available for everybody. So Erica's there for kind of that latter portion of support so that you really have that one-on-one support throughout.
Yes.
But really you can schedule with either of us and we're both here to help, with anything you need. Um,
I like what Kendall said. She said she wasn't sure if it was a lawyer question. So that was a good.
Yeah, and it could
Yeah.
be. And it
Of
could be.
course. Yeah.
We are not lawyers. We can't give legal advice, but we can give you
Right.
resources to help you understand what your scope of practice is within your state. And that is a disclaimer we always say is we can't give legal advice. And I would never want to send somebody in the wrong direction.
Right.
So sometimes I do say it would be a good idea to talk to a lawyer, but it's specific to your situation. So we'll talk about it
Yeah.
together. And Carrie Ann said, an excellent webinar. Thank you, Carrie Ann.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. And yes, Carrie
Erica is sort of
Ann.
the mediator type role in gaining the job. Yes. Towards the end process, depending on where you are in the program. Yes. So if you are there and applying and doing all the things and the resume is pretty and cover letter looks great, that's where we need to make sure we've got traction, we have interviews happening, and you know, it's a numbers game. So the more you apply, the more you're reaching out, the more chances you'll get the call, the email for interviews. We want you to be in the best place that you could be and have multiple job offers. That would be amazing. And then you are sitting there making a pros and cons list saying, this has this, this has this. This is more full-time salary. This is maybe more of I control my hours. I, work a certain amount of time. So yes, if that helps to figure that out. But we do work hand in hand. So of course, we are both here to piggyback and help wherever we are needed.
Yeah, we're both fully trained in all of these things. So,
Yes.
if there's a question that you have about career coaching, Erica and I, we work on a team, so both of us can help you.
Yes.
And then I wanted to answer Cloud's question about the specific place to network. That's a great question. So as of right now, we have the Facebook coaching group. I don't know if you're on there. That is a place to really network. In fact, I highly recommend if you are looking to network, put a message on there like, hi, I'm from, Texas, and I am looking to meet other students and practitioners in Texas. Would anyone be, willing to grab a cup of coffee or meet via Zoom? Um, and then the potential business partners, Erica does, work with kind of that end of things
Yes.
a little bit more. And we are always developing. So we're definitely like the mentorship program is a great networking opportunity. And then part of my role is to really try to figure out because I'm talking to students all day long, if I find that a student would really benefit from talking to another student, I want to bring them together. So I can facilitate some networking, and we are just constantly developing new programs and initiatives to support that. So stay tuned. But yes, those are the places I would start, is like the Facebook coaching group. And we also have a LinkedIn page as well, for alumni. Let's see. Karen said graduated with a certificate in 2006, and we'll take a look on how to restart. Awesome, Karen, we'd love
Nice.
to have you back. And then the coaching group, Kendall, there it is. Perfect. Thank you, Gina.
There we go.
Awesome. Yeah. So if you're not a part of that, and then the LinkedIn alumni page, Gina, I don't know if you could grab that really quick before we wrap up, but that's a great page. And we will sometimes put on that page job opportunities as well, industry specific. So that's a great page to be a part of if you're looking for employment opportunities.
Mhm.
Awesome. Are there any other questions? Any other comments? In fact, I have one more question for those that are still on the webinar. I want to know what you would find most valuable. So any ideas that you have, different resources, support, anything that you might need to support you through your journey, I'd love to hear from you. We really, value, um, you know, what you're looking for, and how we can best support you. So if, you have anything else to add on that, I'd love to hear it. You can also contact me directly, or Erica directly as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. We
okay.
have the link here. Let me see.
Yes, that should be it.
Yep.
Well, thank you, everybody. And yes, Carrie Ann, I think that's the LinkedIn link right there if you need it. I really appreciate you all being here today and spending this time with us. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and a great weekend, and we look forward to working with you and talking to you soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.